Hi everyone, I'm going to go over with how to make the little bag insert for the inside of your card for this month's club group. You're going to start out with your piece of copy paper. I'm going to put the camera down and your trimmer, and you're going to trim your paper at 3 inches, the whole length, because it needs to be 3 by 11 for the instructions. 3 by 11, choop, just like that. And I'm going to use my small scoreboard to start with. This seems to work better. So we're going to score at a 1/2 inch on the long edge, 1/2 inch, 1 inch, 5 inches, 5 1/2, and 6. And then I'm just going to flip this because I have to do the same on this other end. 1 1/2, or 1/2 inch, and 1 inch. So you've got your score done for that. Now, for the long side, I have to use my trimmer because I have to score at 3/8 of an inch, and I need to do it along whatever. If you've already pre-stamped this, mine's not pre-stamped, obviously. It's just plain white cardstock because I'm not going to stamp it. But you need to decide if there's a pattern, what the top and the bottom is, because you're going to have to score this on the bottom edge because that's going to be the bottom that goes into your card. So I'm going to score it at 3/8 of an inch, which is just one little notch right there, past or before the 1/2 inch. Get that straight if I can. And I'm just going to use this. And when you use your bone folder on your trimmer like this, you've got to be careful because you don't want to apply a lot of pressure. I'm barely applying any pressure. I'm just going over it a couple of times so you get a nice score line. So there you can see, there's my score line. See, there's this end, there's this middle, and there's this end. 2 on each end and 3 in the middle, and then the 1 on the bottom. Now I'm done with that. Next up, we're going to do our cutting. So anywhere, this is going to be a gusset, and these 2 ends are going to be actually the other side, the gusset. So you're going to cut out the squares that are there. You only need to keep these long pieces not cut, because these are going to be the tabs that set into your card to glue. So I'm going to cut out those gussets just up to the score line that goes all the way across, and across the bottom, and across the side. Just a little bit like this. So you're going to cut a little notch out like that. And you're going to do the same thing down here. You're going to cut out those little ends. Just like so. And then you're going to cut out this little end. And this little end. And now, on this, you're going to just kind of taper that in a little bit like that. You're going to cut a little, well, I didn't do a very good job there because I'm doing it on the camera, but you're going to cut it so that it has a little bit of an edge so that it looks like a tab. So it looks like this. See how it's in a little bit compared to that one? You're going to do it on both of those big flaps, the ends of both of those big flaps. Because you don't want it showing it when you glue it into your card either. Now next up, we're going to fold it like we would a bag. So we're going to fold like this. So the gusset goes in. The edges come down, both sides, like this. Like this. Where's the other one right there? There's score line. Can't see the score line. There's the score line. Right there. So you've got a nice little score line there. You can burnish it too with your bone folder. That helps. And so you got a little M. You have a little M. And then here, the same thing. You're going to fold this one down. Because in essence, this is the front or the back of your bag. You fold that one. You fold this one towards it. And then this one down. Because this is the other side of the gusset. It's going to get eventually glued together. And then these guys are going to fold in, I believe. Where's my Yes, these are going to fold in like so, like a bag would. So if you were going to put this bag together, it would look like this. There's the bottom. There's the two little flaps there. Now, this is what we have to do here. We have to do the sides. And you're just going to put them, set those two creases right inside themselves and put a little glue in there. But before we do that, I want you to take it apart and lay it together so that it's kind of flat. So in other words, take your flaps out and push these flaps out like that so it's flat. You can put it back together after. So that we can take our, I used my Crop-A-Dile. So, because I wanted a small hole, smallish hole. So I did this, and I've got it on the smaller one back here. So I put my thing in now. So you can mark with a pencil if you want. So I want them marked about maybe, you don't want them down too far. You want them up close to the edge. So maybe there and there. So that's where I'm going to put my holes. See my little marks? I'm going to put my holes there. But you want to go through 2 layers at once so that your handles are even. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to do that with my Crop-A-Dile, and I'm going to do the next one the same way. So they look like that, okay? And you can put your little handles in afterwards. You just tape them in with a piece of washi tape, or you can use Scotch tape if you want. But now I'm going to glue this together right here. Use a little liquid adhesive and glue that together so it looks like a little bag. And remember, you got to line it up. That's why I use liquid glue, because you have a little bit of play there with the liquid glue. See, just like that. And I'm just kind of squishing it down so that it dries a little bit before I go messing with it again. And then get this other one. Remember, I folded it out flat, so I got to get that one in like a bag. So now it really looks like a little bag. See? There's the inside. Here's the bottom. These little flaps are going to go like this. So next you're going to do is you're going to get your card base. And you're going to put some glue on this flap. Like so. And then you're going to take the edge, and you're not going to put it right exactly in the crease, but you want it going close to the crease. So if you can see where I'm putting it here, I'm going to pull that one back, but see, I'm kind of putting it a little ways back from the crease. It's not quite in the crease. See, right there, you can see how I did it. And then the next one, you're going to put the glue on the top, on the flap, just on the flap, not on the whole edge, just on the flap. See, I've got the glue on my flap, and now I'm just going to close my card with that in there, and I'm going to press it and let it sit for a minute before you open it and see the magic. Play with it for a minute, and then look at, when you open it, then the bag opens. And you close it, and it folds up. See, that's what I'm talking about, the bulk. So the bulk of this card is significantly decreased because I'm using copy paper versus if I used pattern paper. Now, pattern paper would work. And now, if you've got the thinner pattern paper, say from like Hobby Lobby or online like the Reminisce paper, some of it's very thin, and that would work perfectly fine. But the paper we sell, close to my heart, is too thick. It would never, it would work, but it would just add bulk in the middle of your card. I mean, I suppose, I've not tried it. I've only ever used the copy paper because I have copy paper, and that's easy, and I can have my stamps, and I can stamp up the background, which I think is way more fun than actually buying the paper. But you could either way, but there's your little thing. I have to put the handles on, but there's my little bag inside my thing. So without further ado, I will say goodbye and post this for you. Bye.